Oh no!
Hey, how's it going? About 3 years ago, I went to Boston to attend PAX East, which, if you don't know, is this massive gaming convention, and I was really looking forward to it. Did you catch that? Was, as in past tense, until I entered the massive arena, took one big look around, and the aromatic environment entered my nostrils. I know, ironic when I'm looking like this. Fuck you, Kyler.
Nice shot!
Cunt. And I learned the hard way a very important lesson when it comes to gaming and gaming culture, like just in general. Gamers have no fear. No fear, no, definitely no shame. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like going to other worlds, you know, like other dimensions where you aren't rejected all the time. I don't know, like other worlds where your dad still sees you as his own. Maybe I'm not Mark who works at Arby's.
Seriously.
Maybe I'm Onyx.
However, despite the seemingly alien amount of courage that some gamers seem to have these days, there is one thing that gamers are terribly afraid of that will strike definite, deadly fear into the hearts of any gamer. It's 2 letters, you know it, you love it, you saw it in the thumbnail, PD, as in the local PD coming to arrest you for coming within 300 meters of an elementary school. Okay, no, stupid joke. What I meant to say is PT, the playable teaser for Silent Hills, which was released in August 2014. For those of you who aren't familiar, PT is basically just a game where you walk through hallways. I know, it sounds very riveting, but just stick with me here. At the start, you're greeted with a message. Watch out. The gap in the door is a separate reality. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you? What this means, I have no idea. But what I do know is that this mysterious theme continues on through the rest of the game. There's more and more and more of this kind of stuff. You wake up in a cement room covered in tons and tons of counting marks and a single door. After you open this door, you enter the main area, which is just 2 hallways conjoined at the end to form an L shape. If you round the corner, there's a bathroom to your right, a foyer in front of you with a swinging light, and at the end of the hall, another door. Entering this door takes you to a small room with descending stairs and another door below. Entering that door takes you straight back to where you started. If you didn't gather by now, it's a loop. This loop continues with Are you fucking serious? This loop continues with various changes and events, like being able to access the bathroom with a crying fetus, a bloody fridge swinging from a rope, curious radio broadcasts, and what's that? An overly tall ghost woman wearing only one high heel, one eye, blood coming down from her stomach, and a dirty smiling mouth. This is Lisa. She is the antagonist for this entire experience, haunting you at every turn, has a very high disdain for the glass-making industry, and makes very questionable noises when she jumps you. It kind of goes without saying in the gaming world that PT it's kind of an experience like no other, just by how insanely fucking terrifying it is. Now, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I've played quite a few horror games and seen quite a few horror movies. Now, this stuff is, dare I say, spooky, and makes me really uncomfortable, but the thing is, I can bear through the scary and make it through, you know? But nothing I have ever experienced in my entire life has ever made me physically react. You know, my body completely overcome and just paralyzed with 100% pure, uncut, unadulterated fear like PT has. But the important thing to note is, like, everybody has like different preferences, but this shit is not specific to me.
PT is the best horror game ever made, and it always will be.
Movie, TV show, book, song, podcast, whatever. Nothing even comes close to PT.
No, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
So the question has to be asked, how did we get here? What makes this game so terrifying, so brutal, to the point where jackasses in their overpriced apartments are still talking about, like, what, 6 to 7 years after it was released? Well, it has to do with the game's brilliant, very intelligent use of the psychology of horror.
I know a lot about
psychology.
Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
Let me pose you a question. What's the difference between these two jump scares? First, there's this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Okay, nice. And then there's this one. Obviously, one is insanely overused and cliche, like this video topic, but more importantly, the difference is suspense. Okay, so like, I know this is obvious, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Suspense is anticipation of an action and making you constantly wonder when that action is gonna happen, right? And PT does this so fucking magnificently by like just keeping the pressure on you like at all times. Lisa, the ghost lady from before, appears multiple times just watching you, like not even doing anything but just watching you, and her entire presence just being there itself entirely just to mock you. At some parts, like, she actually follows right behind you, like right here, so you can hear her like limping one high heel footsteps like right behind you at this time, and you can even like see some of her fucking shadows just right out of sight, which is freaky.
The father purchased a rifle used in the crime at a local gun store 2 days earlier, Johnson Chu. His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom.
The suspense of this game, like if that wasn't enough, is heightened so much by like the overly claustrophobic design of this loop. The hallways are like super ultra tight, leaving no possible way for evading Lisa at all. This claustrophobic layout affecting the gameplay is so best seen in this sequence where you walk past the bathroom door, it's locked, and you try to go to the other room and the door is locked, so you have to turn around, and all of a sudden the door starts pounding like fucking crazy. So when the door starts pounding like crazy, it might break, who knows. You have absolutely no choice but to walk past the pounding door, hoping to God that it won't break. The L shape of the hallways is also like really smart in that it means that you're never able to see more than like 1/3 of the entire area. An area which itself is super small and has like no safe areas. Like in the last Resident Evil, so like 7, the area is massive. The enemies can't be everywhere in this huge space, so a lot of the time it just feels less stressful, which is good for that type of game because it wants to be scary, but not so much that you'll stop playing the game. So for this purpose, to make you not want to lose your mind, Resident
So you want
Evil
your safe space.
includes like
I know.
these safe
are in your
spaces
dorm.
always in their series. PT, on the other hand, doesn't do this. It actually does the complete opposite of this. It applies the pressure so much and to such a degree where it takes away any and all senses of safety. That room in the start where you thought the game like hasn't started yet, yeah, Lisa spawns in it. The room that connects the hallway loops so you have like a place to go, Lisa spawns in it. Like, thought you could even hide in the fucking pause menu? Yeah, nice joke, dude. And all these ideas, all these properties culminate so fucking well in what is in my opinion, the most suspenseful part of the entire game.
Who was shot in the stomach was 204-863. Scene after neighbors called 911 found the father in his car listening to the radio. Several days before the murders, look behind you. I said, look behind you. Like he was chanting strange spell.
The sound design. Ooh, the sound design was so phenomenally horrifying and genuinely was like one of my favorite things I've ever researched because there's so much psychology put into it. It's just so interesting to me. There's so much stuff that makes sound specifically scary, the most obvious of which are like sounds that are inherently scary because like what they insinuate. Crying, for instance, is inherently kind of freaky because it makes you wonder like what's causing that distress, what was making this person lose their mind, and could it happen to me? However, what's interesting is that sounds that like sound like crying, so they don't even have to be crying, can be used to create the same fear. And this is seen most evidently in the swinging light from the beginning, or the very high-pitched violins that they use pretty much everywhere. Another thing that I found like really cool about this is the designers made it creepy by playing very high sounds over very low sounds. And the psychology behind this is really genuinely very interesting. It's basically that like big, very scary things like lions make very loud, low noises, but like small, harmless things usually make very high-pitched noises like rabbits or whatever. So if we play the two together and omit the middle, subconsciously it confuses the shit out of our brains, preventing us from like concluding if we're in danger or not. The sound itself is also extremely unnatural, extensively using like high-pitched beeps and like synth chords. And is that the right one? Synth chords? I'm pretty sure it's just synths. Unnatural things that we aren't really used to, at least, kind of freak us out. There's unnatural static, high-pitched beeps, random cuts in the audio. Lisa cries and laughs at you, but it all comes through this creepy-ass static filter like she just sent you an Xbox 360 voice message. So, when you put it all together, the unnatural sounds, the instinctive sounds, and the high-pitched versus low-pitched sounds, you get something like this, which fucking haunts me.
My name is Nicole. I'm 26 years old. I'm a single parent. I live in Detroit, Michigan. And I'm addicted to eating drywall.
Horror as a genre has been reaching into reality for ages. I mean, when's the last time you saw a horror movie that wasn't based on true events?
I tried my very best for you. For all my gang out there, YouTube land. Sorry I failed you.
But the reason they keep doing it is because it works, because it keeps you in the here and the now. This is another reason why this scare is so effective, because it's in a normal setting, in a normal everyday house, as opposed to like some fantasy, like some big mansion. To further this pull into reality, it also has majorly unreal graphics by not only the standards of 2014, but still to this day. It also reaches into reality by breaking the fourth wall. Breaking the fourth wall is great, if done right at least, and it especially works very well in horror games, as it's so freaky to think that the scary monsters and goobly goblins from the game can actually come out of the TV and get you. PT does this fourth wall shit PT does this fourth wall break shit constantly. The game crashes 3/4 of the way through on purpose. To solve a puzzle, you need to find 6 pieces of a photo. Where's the 6th piece, you may ask? Oh, of course, it's in the pause menu's brightness calibrator. The game itself is a fourth wall break on account of its marketing being like super ultra mega mysterious. It was dropped under the guise of 7780 Studio, which, if you don't know, is a studio that flat out doesn't and never has existed, which sucks because Kojima eventually revealed that he was the one who made it, which I understand because he kind of had to, but I can't help but lament the fact that it could have been so much more absolutely terrifying and legendary if he just said nothing.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
In conclusion, yeah, just fuck you, Konami. just fuck you. Oh my god. Because, wow. I don't have anything else to say about that because they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. So, just from one human to another, fuck you. Just fuck you, man. You are the epitome of where art and human creativity goes to curl up and die. So, yeah, just fuck you for destroying so much stuff just to make shitty pay-to-win mobile games. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. All right. See ya.